Beloved one, I would share with you a remembrance of what has come to be known as the Christmas story. For you were there. You participated in the birth of one Jeshua ben Joseph. And it is appropriate that we now call to mind and relive the events that happened seemingly so long ago to celebrate once again a joyous birthing. My birth, not the individual birth, but the birth of the Messiah, had been foretold down through the ages by mystical ones, the keepers of the ancient knowledge. They knew symbolism and the deeper meaning of what had been prophesied. And the birth of the Christ upon this plain was one that was joyously anticipated. With the passage of time since my birth, the deeper meaning has often been lost, set aside, misunderstood, and I have been worshipped as very God Himself upon this plain. And this is true. I was, and I am, as you are also, very God upon this plain. The incarnation that you would see as Jeshua ben Joseph was not the only incarnation that I had upon this plain. There are lifetimes recorded in history as Adam, as Melchizedek, as Joshua, as Elisha, and many others that have not been written about. For truly I have loved our Holy Mother, the earth, and I have loved the expression of God upon this plain, and there were lifetimes that I spent as much as the lifetime that you find yourself in, with the expression of love experiences in relationship with my brothers and sisters, with a mate, and with a family. There were lifetimes of simplicity that have not been recorded in history. But now, I wish to share with you the remembrance of the Christmas story. So we shall speak of the birth of one Jeshua ben Joseph. In the Essene community, the ancient scriptures were revered. They were carefully preserved, copied for future generations, studied for their symbolism, interpreted, and sometimes debated as to their meaning. The Essene Brotherhood was not all contained within Mount Carmel. There were many Essenes who lived in the villages as well, and the brotherhood was widespread. It was a secret brotherhood, and that it was not openly talked about with all of the people in the countryside. But the ones who were Essenes were known unto each other by various symbols, greetings, and by various rituals. And so, in the villages, if there would be a child who seemed to be of the mystical bent, one who had shown signs growing up that he knew his oneness with the Heavenly Father, then he or she would be invited to go unto Mount Carmel and to study, as was my father, Joseph, and as was my mother, Mary. Mary came into Mount Carmel at the age of 8. She was one of 12 girls who were invited to come and to study because of her background and because of her gentleness and her purity. She came and studied with the other girls and boys as well, for there was equality in what you would see as the classes. It was not felt that because you were expressing as the male gender, you were automatically more intelligent or more one with the Heavenly Father. Within the Essene community, it was understood that the body is as raiment that is put on from one lifetime to another. And you may find in one lifetime that you are as the female body, and in the next lifetime you may be expressing as the male body. It was the spirit and the willingness to know the oneness with our Heavenly Father that was important. Mary enjoyed being with her teachers and with the other girls and boys at Mount Carmel. She enjoyed the studies, and learning, I would call it remembrance, came easy for her, for there was a natural alignment. It was known that one of the 12 girls who had been invited to come within her class would be the mother of the long-awaited Messiah. This one who lends me her body, Judith, who to speak unto you in this way, was one who helped in the selection of the 12. She was one who helped teach the girls, and she wondered, as did the others at Mount Carmel, which one of the 12 would bear the Messiah. When Mary was 12, at Passover time, there was a special ritual at Mount Carmel in which all took part. The rabbis came first unto the temple for the morning blessing, and the other monks came in procession next, according to seniority, and the girls, although there was equality, came in at the end of the procession singing a song of praise. The convocation was done each morning, but this was a special procession, and Mary was chosen that morning to lead the procession. She was given the responsibility of choosing the hymn that would be sung, and it was a hymn of praise, of thanksgiving. And as the procession of girls came into the temple, there was a loud thunderclap. And there was darkness as a cloud had passed in front of the sun. And as the cloud passed, it cleared all of the girls except for Mary. And as Mary went up the steps to the altar, it was seen that there was a presence next to her. And it was seen to be an angel. Mary did not hear the thunderclap and did not see the cloud that had covered everyone. She only felt joy in her heart, and she climbed the steps to the altar and stood there with the angel, singing and praising our Heavenly Father. And all who saw knew that this one had been chosen. There was great rejoicing, for the one who would be the mother of the much anticipated Messiah had been selected.